Hello everyone, good evening to all. Just confirm me once that my voice is audible. Just confirm me once in the chat box that my voice is audible on the Zoom and on the YouTube platform both. I am waiting for your comments in the chat box that my voice is audible. Okay, sir, thank you for your response in the chat box. Today in this session, we'll discuss on a very important or very hot topic, you can say bank branch audit. So मेरे चेहरे की रंगत बता रही होगी कि टॉपिक इज वेरी वेरी रिलेवेंट वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस that is bank branch audit, and we all have to provide quality services for the bank branch audit so that we can hold ourselves. That is what is the purpose. So just wait for a single second. So sorry for the disturbance. We'll discuss on a very important topic, that is Bank Branch Audit 2025 in a very different way. So, sir, are you ready for the discussion? First, I just request for your comments in the chat box, for your excitement in the chat box, so that we can discuss in a very different way. Bank branch audit, a very important task. For a limited amount of time, we have to perform this specific task in a very well manner. Yes, Sivanand sir, Umang sir, for all of you, I just want your responses in the chat box. So I am going to share the PowerPoint presentation, the PDF file with all of you regarding the bank branch audit, and I will not take your much more time because I know very well this is March closing and we have to complete it on time. So I will take your just 50 minutes and will briefly guide you about the bank branch audit and about the relevant things of this bank branch audit. So first, let's start our discussion from the planning part, because this part is very very relevant for this bank branch audit, because we have just 10 days and we have to complete this task in a very well manner. So this planning part plays a very important role for all of us. So first most important thing is your written audit program. Sir, I know branches has started the allotment. Okay. So most probably whether you have received the branches or you will receive the branches by today or by tomorrow itself. Okay. So we also ready for that. So our audit program should be ready by today itself. That what number of staff we have, how we are going to allocate the staff, what are the work which can be performed by the staff. All these things should be determined through this audit program. And also you should ready for the NOC from the previous auditor. Sir, certain things which is very basic we'll discuss, that is just give you a brief idea, okay, and you can say this is a recap, and certain things which are quite complicated we'll discuss that as well, okay. And also sir, audit planning is not sufficient when you are not supposed to discuss the same with your audit members. So you just need to discuss it with your audit members that, sir, Mr. X, you have to perform this task, Mr. Y, you have to perform this task, because we all know we have just 10 days and we have to complete 2 to 3 branches. So it is a quite difficult task. So we just need to perform our duties accordingly. Also, do hold a meeting with your all engagement team members, assign the duties, and the most important thing, our institute ICAI is going to issue the guidance note. So check that guidance note very carefully. And one very important thing, whenever you will receive the branches, in that case, first ready one letter for the requirements, because limited time and multiple tasks. So we have to perform our duties in a very well manner. So for that purpose, we should ready with a letter that these are the documents you should ready, and you can provide the soft copy on mail as well. So that type of letter is also required. Also one management representation letter. Sir, I think maximum of you are chartered accountants, okay. So now ICI is also compulsorily applied for the peer review, okay. So we all should ready for that peer review. So from that perspective, we have to ready one management representation letter and take the signed copy of that management representation letter from our branch. And you should go through with the branch internal circular, bank internal circular for the closing, so that you can easily go through with this thing. And the most important thing, your audit should be the technology. Now, if you are thinking that, sir, I will check the software, whatever will be the banking software they are using, and you are supposed to perform the bank audit, in that case, it is quite difficult. You also have to take certain help of Excel. Will also guide you what are the reports which you need to take in Excel, and you can use it. Okay. And also, you need to be very much careful about the banking software, whether it is a Finacle, whether it is CBS, whatever will be the core banking system they are following. We should know the commands as well. We'll also try with you certain commands in this PDF file itself. But sir, I am not going to take anything detailed, because I know you all are chartered accountant. You are doing the bank audit from last so many years. So I am just going to brief you that these are the things you can say. बुक इज रेडी. मैं केवल उसके ऊपर जो मिट्टी आई है उस मिट्टी को हटाने का प्रयास करूंगा. सर थोड़ा थोड़ा हिंदी सबको चलेगा? So this is the part of my planning. Now, list of documents to be collected and reviewed. So we'll share with you the list of documents, and with the list of document, I am also going to share with you the logic, the reason of that document. You should ready the trial balance as on 31st March 2025, because we are going the audit for the 31st March 2025 itself. So we should take the trial balance as on 31st March, because in that trial balance you will get all the heads and subheads, so you can easily get the idea about the things. You have to check the closing circular issued by the bank's head office for conducting the branch audit. Review of previous year auditor report. ये चीज तो हम सबको पता है. Whenever we are going to start audit, we'll first demand the last year audit report. Okay. So this is a very specific document we are demanding, and this is really a very useful document, you can say, because last auditor has also performed certain activities, certain efforts, so we can take advantage of that, and through that we can easily identify or analyze the internal control of that specific branch. So in between the session, if you have any question, in that case also you can put it in the chat box. Okay, I think our chat box should be active, so that I will get the idea that all my participants are active. Okay. And also, if you require any help during the bank branch audit related to any question or any query, you can connect with me. I will be available for 24/7 during this bank branch audit timeline. Latest RBI master direction regarding the income regulations and assets classification. जैसे ही बैंक ऑडिट की बात आती है, 60 to 70% professionals are just thinking about the NPA. But in this session, we'll discuss something more than that as well. Okay. But yes, IRIC norms is also very, very important thing which we need to keep in our mind. List of comments of RBI inspection report. As we all know that RBI audit is also going on. So we just need to keep the copy of that report so that we can identify the major observations. We also should take the latest concurrent audit report. Okay, or we can take all the concurrent audit reports from the branch, so that concurrent audit is going on monthly basis, so we can get multiple comments about the internal control system very easily. We also need to take a vigilance inquiry or any special investigation reports. We also need to take the comparative analysis of the trial balance with the last year, so that you can easily check the diversions. Okay, although we are also supposed to take the last 7 days trial balance as well. Okay, so that we can easily trace the diversions. Sir, trial balance they are sending just demanded, because many times when we are demanding at the branch, okay, and we have just 3 to 4 days to complete the same in the branch. In that case, उन्होंने मना कर दिया, वो बोलेंगे our software is not so efficient that they generate the trial balance and everything are there. So in each and every bank, there is a reporting server is also available. And if you will generate anything from that reporting server, then anything is possible. So do one thing, write a mail to the branch, sir, this document is required, or you can write a mail to the circle office that these documents we require. They will provide you definitely. Vigilance inquiry, comparative analysis, actual audit engagement carried out related to working paper. You have to with you testing of internal control and other operational issues. This is very specific thing, that is the stationery which is there in the bank. We need to be very much careful from that respect. So all these things we should be very, very careful. Also, documents related to the advances. Sir, SMA 0, SMA 1, SMA 2, these are very, very important, we can say, from the NPA finding perspective. Whenever you will visit the branch and you will ask anything about the NPA, branch will say, sir, everything is automated, everything is system generated. Our system is going to identify the NPA. But sir, if you have transferred certain entries related to the adjustment, then what system will do? System will classify that as a regular. So we just need to check that adjustment entries, and we can easily find out from the SMA 0, 1, 2, so that we can analyze the movement between the 0, 1 and 2. कहीं उन्होंने केवल और केवल बैंक ऑडिट के पर्सपेक्टिव से कोई अकाउंट जो SMA 2 है और जो एनपीए में क्लासिफाई होने जा रहा है, कोई एडजस्टमेंट करके वो SMA 2 में ही तो नहीं पड़ा रहेगा. That is what is the important thing. We need to be very much careful. Loan which is newly sanctioned during the financial year, that is our responsibility. बिकॉज जो लोन इस साल हुए हैं, हमें उन्हें तो देखना ही है कि उनमें कोई डॉक्यूमेंटेशन में कोई इश्यू नहीं है. एनी अकाउंट्स व्हिच इज रीस्ट्रक्चर्ड ड्यूरिंग द फाइनेंशियल ईयर, सो दैट वी कैन इजीली आइडेंटिफाई कि कहीं केवल और केवल बैंक ऑडिट के पर्सपेक्टिव से एनपीए से बचाने के लिए उस अकाउंट को रीस्ट्रक्चरिंग के थ्रू एडवांटेज तो नहीं दिया गया है. एनी IBC process which has been mandated in the specific account, but they have not started the same. So we need to be very much careful from that perspective. Review of red flag accounts very carefully. Early warning signals rated accounts we should check. And each and every bank has a reporting server. Or one more important thing, I think all these things you have. The important thing is that whenever you will demand a specific document, there may be chances that bank is not going to provide. So try to write a mail to the concerned bank with CC circle office, so that you can get very easily these documents. Restructured accounts, list of bank guarantee and letter of credit, review of reported frauds. We just need to ask it from the branch manager that sir, any fraud is there? Branch manager will say no, there is no fraud. This is not sufficient. Write a letter to the branch manager that sir, provide me the details about any fraud, or if no fraud is there, in that case declare the same. Take the copy of that mail for your reference, so that you can easily get the idea about these things as well. Off balance sheet item, multiple times the branch is saying that what about the contingent liability? These are not in the balance sheet. Why you are focusing on these things? But sir, MOC can be issued for that as well. Many times we are just focusing that the MOC is only due to the NPA or advances. Sir, each and every item which is there in trial balance, profit and loss account and balance sheet, we may go for the MOC. I am not saying that MOC is must. But sir, as we all know, that the percentage of bank audit or advances is going to be reduced day by day. So we all should be very much careful and focused from that perspective. Because if we'll not provide the quality output, in that case, in future generations, future chartered accountant will not get the work regarding the bank branch audit. Or we are the chartered accountants, sir. It is possible for us to find out the things which is there in financial statements because we are the doctor of that financial statement. We should analyze it very carefully. That 10 days, that 15 days are very critical, very crucial for us. Now, this is not just about the professional fees. Now, this is just not just about the bank audit. This is about our integrity, our dignity. So we have to perform our services in a very well manner. And for that purpose, this is my assurance to you. If you have any query related to bank branch audit, related to the practical scenario, you can connect with me. Documents related to NPA. Take the list as on 31st March 2024, that is last year, NPA and current year NPA, and check the movements. How many accounts are downgraded, how many accounts are upgraded, early mortality cases, a particular advance which has been given by the bank, and एक साल के अंदर अंदर ही वो NPA हो गया. That means there is something. NPA classification is very, very crucial about the secured, unsecured portion. We have to very much careful. We have to check that a particular assets which has been classified as a substandard, doubtful, as a loss assets. In that case, the classification is perfect or not. The specific provision has been made or not. And sir, the most, मैं बार बार repeat भी इसलिए कर रहा हूँ. Many reports when you will demand from the branch, they will say not available. We have to take it in right. That's why this report is not available. We are in the 21st century, and you are saying that our system are efficient. So all these reports should be available, and they will provide you definitely. Fixed assets. So we have to compare the fixed assets chart from last year with the current year. Addition, deletion, we have to check. We also have to check the physical verification of the assets and inventory which is available in the bank. कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं है कोई assets which is there in the books of accounts but the same is not available physically in the bank, then this is also a question. And sir, these are the things which is also very much important from the perspective of internal control, because now RBI is also very concerned. They are saying that advances, yes, will manage through the system, but the point is that what about internal control? So we need to focus on that. Bank reconciliations. A single bank has multiple accounts with multiple banks, and multiple internal transactions are also there. So we need to be very much careful from that internal transactions perspective. We have to check inter-branch reconciliations, and the most important thing which is very much concerned, that is parking account. If you will check the trial balance, you will find multiple accounts which is a parking account, or at the year end bank is going to transfer multiple entries to these parking accounts. And 60% chartered accountants are not going to check that parking accounts, the entries which is there in the parking accounts. And through that, bank is going for the certain adjustments. I am not saying that all banks are doing. 100 में से there may be chances 0.10%. But as an auditor, this is our responsibility to identify these things very carefully. Cash balance, we have to go for the physical verification of cash. Okay, and that should be surprise only. कई बार हम बैंक मैनेजर से पूछते हैं, सर शाम को हम लोग कैश वेरिफिकेशन कर ले क्या, सुबह हम लोग कैश वेरिफिकेशन कर ले क्या? Why? You should start your audit on second, third date whenever you want. Visit branch sharp at 9 AM. जब वो गार्ड जो है बैंक का लॉक ओपन कर रहा होगा, then you just need to check who is holding the keys of the bank. That is also a question of internal control. कहां पर कैश की कीज पड़ी है, कहां पर कैश रजिस्टर पड़ा है, and morning cash we can go for, that is called as surprise case verification. Sir, these parking accounts are available. If you will check the trial balance, detailed trial balance, you will find multiple accounts, that is called as office accounts. You just need to check that office accounts and the entries which has been posted in these office accounts from 21st March till 31st March. But if you will ask anything from your branch, then branch will say, sir, in these accounts, the entries has been made by the head office only. भाई head office ने भी क्या किया है, किया तो branch के related ही है ना. So we just want to check that entries. Liabilities, verification of current account, saving account, term deposit from the KYC, documentation perspective. Yes, we have 5 to 7 days, but we have to do it with samples. Now, क्या sample में कुछ भी उठा लूं, that is sufficient? Not at all. We should learn the sample techniques. Today we have just 1 hour and we have to discuss all these things. Okay. हर साल every year I am going to come up with a refresher course on bank branch audit about 6 to 7 hours. Okay. This year I'm not coming with that. So in that 6 to 7 hours, we'll discuss the techniques related to sampling, that how you can collect the sample. Although in this session also I will brief you the thing. Now, journal terms, very famous, that is NPA. Substandard, 1 साल तक अगर कोई assets NPA रहती है up to 12 months, then it is a substandard assets. After that, doubtful, and that loss assets whenever there will be a write off and these type of things. Restructuring of advances, कई बार बैंक क्या करती है, a particular loan which is for 10 years and that person is not going to pay the EMI, then bank is going to enhance the amount of loan and recover the EMI. So we just need to check that the restructuring is in line with the RBI norms and provisions, IRAC norms, assets recognition proper हुआ है, and income recognition assets classification proper हुआ है. That is the very important thing which we need to keep in our mind. Whatever will be the branch you are receiving, just discuss on call with the branch manager that, sir, what is the banking activity? We should check banking activity क्या है. That is also a very important thing. Accepting deposits, providing credit facilities like business, individual, agriculture, locker facilities, ATM facilities, handling of accounts. Now, as a chartered accountant with the statutory bank branch audit, what are the documents I have to submit? One is independent audit report, another is MOC. Very, very important, very, very crucial. Okay. LFAR, tax audit report, Ghosh and Jalani report, capital adequacy certificate, various certificates. And this Ghosh and Jalani is also very, very important, sir. कई बार हम लोग क्या करते हैं, जब ब्रांच से निकल रहे होते हैं ना, एट दैट टाइम द ब्रांच मैनेजर इज कमिंग विद द Goshen Jalani report. So we should be very much careful because this is all about the internal control and we should be very much focused on that. Sir, you all are getting my points. This session is, are you enjoying the session? Do you think that these points will helpful for you during the bank branch audit and this will be addition? Yes, everyone. Steps for this bank branch audit. Planning is a very crucial part. Pre-audit discussion with the branch. You just need to get the idea about the nature of the banking, nature of the activities, the quantum. But the point is that as a chartered accountant, we are calling to them and asking for the advances. Sir, what is the quantum of advances? Why? We should ask about the banking business as well. Okay. So in this particular session, कुछ ऐसी चीजें हो सकती है. I will tell you. Okay. हो सकता है मैं उम्र में आपसे बहुत कम हूं, but I am going to discuss these things with you as well. We should focus on these things. Documents collection, visit branch, execution of the audit, discussion of the draft branch audit report with the bank. किसी भी प्रेशर में आकर के नहीं. Preparation of MOC and effect of the same in the books of accounts. Review post MOC and the submission of audit report to the branch and copy to the central statutory auditor. That is what is our responsibility. Now, components of this branch audit report. So one is branch statutory audit report, that is including the advances audit, and I have highlighted this is not only advances audit, this is also all other items of assets and liabilities. And tax audit report and the long form audit report, which is also completely based on the internal control. And if you will check, I just suggest to everyone that, sir, just go through with the LFAR and prepare certain questionnaire based on the LFAR long form audit report. You will find something from that LFAR, because all the questions which is mentioned in the LFAR, if you will check, then your bank audit will be conducted in a very specific way and a very smooth way. Now, sorry, special consideration while doing the audit of advances, obtain top exposure accounts. बट कई बार अपने को सैंपल सेलेक्ट करते टाइम कुछ छोटे एक्सपोजर वाले अकाउंट्स को भी लेने, obtain the list of stressed assets, obtain the list of structured accounts, that is restructured account, obtain the list of accounts covered under revised framework of resolution for stressed assets, any matter which is under IBC, obtain the list of specific unsecured exposure about 25 lakh rupees, early mortality cases, movement of NPA, evergreening of the accounts, कहीं एवरग्रीनिंग तो नहीं हुई है उस अकाउंट्स की, टू सेव दैट पर्टिकुलर अकाउंट जस्ट टू एनपीए, checking of the documentation, special consideration on security, value of provisioning, and special consideration on inter-branch reconciliation. All these things are very important from audit of advances perspective. Unsecured loan hai, and about 25 lakh rupees, we have to select certain samples and we have to check the documentation, necessary execution. Many times you will found certain issues from the documentation perspective as well. And this is also very, very important. Now, there are certain reports which you need to demand from your branch. Just prepare a list of these reports. If the branch is applicable for the concurrent audit, demand the concurrent audit, RBI inspection report, the internal audit report, stock audit report, forensic audit reports, compliance with IS audit report, application of interest in CBS. Sir, whenever the bank is going for the revenue audit, at that time they are finding the major revenue leakages due to this interest variation as per section and as per CBS. So while going for the bank branch audit, we should also focus on that particular interest variation so that we can easily find out something. And that is also a question of your MOC, special points. If you will check the forms related to the bank loan, in that case, no column should be left blank. आफ्टर 2021-22 और उससे पहले का कोई लोन सेंक्शन है तो जब भी उसका रिव्यू होगा एट दैट टाइम वी हैव टू चेक दैट SMA 0, SMA 1, SMA 2 क्लासिफिकेशन विल बी ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ डेली. सीसी अकाउंट अगर 90 डेज से ज्यादा आउट ऑफ ऑर्डर रहता है, इन दैट केस डेली बेसिस पे उसका एनपीए क्लासिफिकेशन कैलकुलेट होगा. टर्म लोन के केस में भी सब कुछ डेली बेसिस पे है, मंथली बेसिस पे कुछ भी नहीं है. दैट इज व्हाट इज द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग व्हिच वी नीड टू कीप इन अवर माइंड from NPA perspective. Key points before or during the audit: take at least 2 to 5 files each from all the segments. जो भी segments आपके पास में, whether it is a term loan, whether it is a housing loan, whether it is a personal loan, whether it is a business loan, you have to take 2 to 3 files from each and every segment, and that should be based on your analysis. We'll discuss the Excel tools as well. Okay. Regarding certain matters, you have to take the written confirmation. Without written confirmation, we are not supposed to do anything because we have a peer review, we have certain other things. So we should be very much careful with the documentation part, with the working notes. We should check the SMA reports as on 30th September, 31st December, and 31st March so that you can easily track the movement. You just need to download the SMA report as on 30th September, 31st December, and 31st March so that you can easily trace the movements. We should carefully read the format of LFAR so that we can prepare the question and answers. Obtain a list of security item and you can also go for a verification as well. You can check any investigation by ICAI, CBI, ED. That is also very, very important. Related to TDS, TDS deduction के case में will demand a specific report on TDS deduction so that we'll check the amount, the TDS deduction, and the section. Whether the bank has been deducted the perfect TDS as per the provision order. That is what is also a very important thing. And in many cases, many circumstances, you will found certain issue with the TDS deduction as well. So we need to be very much careful from that aspect. If you will demand the report of the specific advances on which the zero rate of interest is going to be charged, so we need to check that list as well. Vehicle loan के case में there is one specific app, Parivahan app. If you will check that Parivahan app, in that case you can get all the details related to the vehicle loans, the owner, सो दैट यू कैन चेक कि जिस बंदे को उन्होंने लोन दिया है क्या उसी बंदे ने लोन वहां पर उसी बंदे के नाम का व्हीकल है क्या. That is also a very important thing. For the corporate borrowers, we may go for the MCA portal and we can check the financial statement because the DP note, the stock statement bank is receiving on monthly basis. And if there is any variation from the stock statement which is received on monthly basis in the final audit report or the audit report which has been uploaded on the MCA component portal, in that case, there is something. So we need to check it very carefully. Today, through this particular session, my purpose is just to give you a brief idea about this bank branch audit. Do not conduct the audit on the basis of account statement of the borrower. Rather, conduct the audit on the specific various control returns submitted by the RO, submitted to the RO, ZO, HO. As we all know, every bank has to submit one monthly return to the HO. So in that case, we have to check it very carefully that what are the accounts they have provided to the RO and HO. They are monthly basis pay, every month they are filing. So whenever we are visiting the bank for the bank branch audit, we have to demand the control returns. Also, you can take the complete advances list in which you will found also DP drawing power, convert it into Excel. Okay, and in that Excel file, you just need to check the outstanding and the drawing power. You will easily find out any specific account in which the amount outstanding is more than the drawing power. In that case, this is a question. So we need to be very much careful from that perspective as well. And this is also one solution. And now, many banks are providing you the reports in Excel. I prefer that demand the report from the branch in text file and convert into Excel so that the chances of manipulation got reduced. Otherwise, hoga kya if you will demand the Excel or if there will be any mismatch or these type of things, in that case, there may be chances of something. So we need to be very much careful from that perspective as well. Closing circular, as we have already covered, these are the very important documents. From NPA perspective, एक अकाउंट एनपीए क्लासिफाई हुआ उस बंदे के सारे अकाउंट विल बी क्लासिफाई एज अ एनपीए एंड अ पर्टिकुलर अकाउंट विच इज एनपीए तो वो इनकम जनरेट करने को वहां पर डिसकंटिन्यू कर देगा. When a standard account is restructured, it will be treated as NPA. This is also a very specific thing. In case of partnership firm and company, अगर partnership firm और company का account NPA होता है, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि partners और director का account NPA होगा. So this is also a specific thing. If the NPA account is regularized on the last dates, so we just need to check कहीं ये account regularize हुआ है last day पे for certain adjustments to save that account to become NPA. That is what is the thing we have to check. And date of NPA is utmost importance because in many cases the auditors are providing that the account is going to be NPA as on 31st March 2025. सर वी हैव टू चेक कि वो 31st मार्च को ही हो रहा है या फिर उसकी एग्जैक्ट डेट क्या है एनपीए होने की. दैट इज ऑल्सो अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग विच वी नीड टू चेक. कई बार क्या होता है हम लोग डेट ऑफ एनपीए गलत वहां पर फीड कर देते हैं 31st मार्च में फीड कर देता है जबकि वो अकाउंट उससे पहले ही एनपीए क्लासिफाई हो चुका हो. सो दैट इज ऑल्सो अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग दैट वी नीड टू कीप इन अवर माइंड. Classification also plays a very important role, but for that purpose also MOC is there. Substandard, doubtful, doubtful 2, doubtful 3, loss assets. Suppose a particular asset is a doubtful, but the bank is going to classify as a substandard. MOC is also there, and we have to check the same. This is also our responsibility. Now, if a particular account is a NPA as on 31st March 2025, but उन्होंने उसको NPA declare नहीं किया, on 2nd of April the account has been closed. So bank is saying that this account is not there on 2nd of April. Why we have to classify as NPA? But as per the RBI circular, the same should be classified as a NPA only. So this is also a very important thing. A particular account which is a standard and bank has also classified as a standard. But the point is that that account is a non-priority sector, but bank has classified as a priority sector, then also MOC is there. That means कई बार क्या होता है ड्यू टू इन्फ्लुएंस ड्यू टू सर्टेन थिंग्स अ पर्टिकुलर सेक्टर व्हिच हैज नॉट बीन क्लासिफाइड एज अ प्रायोरिटी सेक्टर बट बैंक इज गोइंग टू प्रोवाइड द लोन treating it as a priority sector. and it will create the interest differences and balances. So MOC is there. Sir, are you getting my point? You all are getting my points related to term loan. 90 days installment or interest nahi aaya, the same will be treated as NPA. Whenever we are checking the term loan, we should be very much careful from the quotation perspective. If the term loan is on account of machinery, we have to check that the original invoice of machinery is there or not. And also we have to check on the basis of nature of that business activity based on the GSTN that जो मशीनरी उसने ली है वो उसके business से related है या फिर नहीं है. Business entity is related to textile and that person is going to bought the machinery related to handicraft. कहाँ यूज करेगा भाई? That means this is just a loan facility to arrange the things. सब ऐसा नहीं करते हैं, but as an auditor I need to make my mindset accordingly so that I can work accordingly. Ensure the fixed assets are actually purchased. कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं है only bogus transactions. In case of imported machinery, you can check the data from the IEC Get portal. So this is also a very important thing. Also, in case of term loan, we also have to check the utilization. कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं है लोन लिया होटल इंडस्ट्री के लिए काम कर रहा है, कंस्ट्रक्शन. So this is also a diversion of fund. In case of credit card, सीधा सा सिस्टम है 90 days अगर नहीं आया minimum due, in that case the same should be classified as a NPA. But as a statutory auditor, we are focusing very less. We are focusing very less in case of credit cards. Because अपना तो ध्यान टर्म लोन से और सीसी से ही नहीं उठता है, अपन क्रेडिट कार्ड क्या देखेंगे. But the point is that in many cases you will found something in case of credit card as well. So just demand a list of credit card, minimum amount due and the payment received. You can easily reconcile the figures. Cash credit and packing credit, that is PCC. CC limit 180 days stock statement, which is very important document. But when you will check the stock statement, खाली stock statement होना ही sufficient नहीं है. Because in the March month, the bankers are doing the same thing. They are collecting the stock statement in many cases. So we can do one thing. We can go for the analysis of that stock statement from the audited financial statement of last year, so that we can get the idea about the manipulation and the transactions. So we need to be very much careful. Review and renewal is also very very important for all of us. Overdrawn अगर कोई अकाउंट रहता है 90 days तक या फिर इंटरेस्ट नहीं सर्व होता है, the same will be classified as a NPA. And also a particular account is not going to be classified only on these conditions if there will be an inherent weakness. Sir, what do you mean by the inherent weaknesses? A loan has been given for 10 crore rupees and suppose sales is very less, creditors are very high, the particular industry is doing not very well. In that case, there is an inherent weakness. Future में वो account चला जाएगा. So for that purpose, we have to be very much careful from that aspect. Now, next point. अगर कोई सिक्योरिटी जो उसने दी है उसमें 50% ज्यादा फॉल आ जाए, the account should be classified as a NPA. We also need to check there is any huge differences between the stock and debtors. Very important. Last 3-year audit report and stock statement you should compare if you have any doubt, so that you can easily get the idea about the manipulation of the things. If there will be export finance, in that case we have to check that the export orders are genuine and the person has actually supplied the goods through the IEC Get portal. We have a facility, we can easily trace the same. If a person has taken the packing credit facility, then we have to check the amount which has been used from that packing credit facility, which has been adjusted out for the foreign bill payment only. WIP we have to check. In many cases, you will found in the financial statement, they are showing a very huge amount of WIP in the last month to maintain the inventory. But we need to check that WIP is genuine or not based on the industry. And we are the doctors of financial statement. We can easily identify the same through the sale, purchase, opening and closing stat about the WIP. So हम बैंक की ऑडिट करने के लिए जा रहे हैं. So our focus is to be on the client as well. Legal search report of the bank advocate is not to be any conditional report. That should be a clean report. Or if any condition is there, then we just need to check that the condition has been fulfilled or not. And whenever we are checking the physical files, we just need to check about the valuation report very carefully. कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं है आप प्रॉपर्टी की वैल्यूएशन रिपोर्ट चेक कर रहे हो एंड दैट रिपोर्ट हैज बीन प्रिपेयर्ड बाय अ मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर. How it is possible? But these type of instances have been found by the auditors. So we also needs to be very much careful. कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं है that valuation report is just a PDF. They have just changed the name and provided the same things. So we need to check the probable valuation about the photographs, about the and the GPS mark. So these type of things we should be very much careful. Proper KYC documents is very required in all of cases. We also need to check the ratio of the stock and cash and debtors. कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं stock is on a very higher amount, debtors is on a very less amount. So we need to be careful from that perspective. So in window dressing transactions, you can identify through the SMA analysis, okay, transfer of SMA and the movements of the SMA. You can easily trace the same from the parking account, profit account, if any amount has been transferred. And if you want to check the window dressing, demand the trial balance as on 23rd of March, as on 31st of March, as on 4th of April, and check the movements in each and every item, head items. If you found any huge variation in these dates, in that case, you have to check that ledger very carefully. You will find something from that. Is that okay, Viresh sir? Any limit renewal is there, they are going to put it in the system, but no documents is there. In that case, how you can satisfy? So that is what is a very important term. In case of education loan, we should be very much careful from the education loan perspective. Second year, third year, fourth year. Sir, suppose the education loan has been taken by a particular person, but we have to check that suppose a education loan has been taken and after 2 years उसकी फीस की रिसिप्ट वहां पर है क्या? If no fees receipt is that there, then we have to check वो फंड गया कहां पे? एजुकेशन लोन लेके कोई दूसरा पर्पस तो सॉल्व नहीं हो रहा है. That is what is the thing we have to ensure. KCC account, only cash deposit, cash withdrawal, same day entries. This is a manipulation. So we have to check it. Although in case of KCC हम लोग कितना एक्शन ले सकते हैं वो मुझे नहीं पता. But yes, this is a window dressing. Interest subvention, we have to check that this is within the limit or not. The proper amount has been given or not. Because if you will go for the bank branch audit on 3rd or 4th of April, on 8th or 9th of April, bank will provide you the certificate of interest subvention. Sir, अभी अभी आया हेड ऑफिस से फटाफट से साइन कर लो. But sir, we have to check the calculations and we have to check the eligibility as well about the interest subvention. Now, special points regarding the Excel tools. Certain reports which you need to take in Excel or in text and convert it into Excel. And if you will take these reports and check carefully, this is my assurance to you that you can conduct the audit in a very well manner. With 100% efficiency, with 100% accuracy. Accounts opened during the year, you can demand the list. Loans sanctioned during the year, so that if you will take the accounts open during the year, you can select certain sample from the physical form verification perspective, because the initiation of fraud will start from the opening of account. So we should be very much careful from that. Loan closed during the financial year, SMA 01, 02, 03 list should be taken and recalculate the classification. Renewal of accounts during the period, so that we can take the samples and check about the physical documentation. Generate the Excel for those accounts in which the stock audit is mandatory and check that the stock audit has been conducted or not. Convert certain account statement in Excel and calculate debit and credit. Extract the data of staff accounts. कहीं स्टाफ लोन कैसे हुए, एलिजिबिलिटी चेक करेंगे, डॉक्यूमेंटेशन चेक करेंगे, because there are certain diversion of funds through the staff accounts as well. And many time bank is saying that this is our staff, sir, वो कहाँ जाएगा, सारी चीजें तो एकदम प्रॉपर है. But we need to be very much careful from that perspective. Master financial statement with the current year financial statement, convert trial balance in Excel for the simplicity, so that you can easily trace the things. Excel of advances and deposits scheme wise you have to check so that you can track the benefit of the schemes. Test check for daily exception reports. अब आप बोलोगे बैंक को, बैंक बोलेगी सर डेली एक्सप्रेशन रिपोर्ट तो हेड ऑफिस जनरेट कर रहा है ये वो. Every bank has a specific folder in which they have to save the exception report on daily basis, and also print is required. So you can check the exceptional report, you can check it on sample basis certain pages so that you can found it. GL report from 23rd March to 7th of April so that you can easily check the diversions of the GL vouchers and GL entries. कहीं कोई अमाउंट कहां पर ट्रांसफर हुआ है, कहां से आया है, that we can easily trace through the GL report. So मैंने आपको बोला था I will take your 45 minutes. In 45 minutes I will give you a brief idea about the Bank Branch Audit 2025. Basically, we have to prepare a plan. We have to ready a list of documents which we have to check. We have to discuss the things with the branch, not only the advances. We have to discuss the nature, the activity, so that we can plan our bank audit accordingly. We have to provide a list of documents which we require. We have to take certain reports, and before visiting the branch, suppose you will receive the branch on allotment on 31st March or 1st of April or 2nd of April. Share one mail with the respective branch. That's sir, these are the reports which we require in text. So please read it. And when we'll visit the branch, we'll first require that particular reports and allocate that work to one of your staff, and that person will handle only the analysis on the text and Excel files, and that person will select the samples, and the other person will check the physical files and the Finacle. And one person who is going to prepare the consolidation of the workings. So if you are planning a 4-person team, one person is for the Excel, another person is for the reports or books, that is documentation, third person is on the Finacle or whatever will be the core banking system is there, and fourth person is going for the finalization. That will be the best teamwork. So these are the things we should be very much careful and try to do your best. Try to perform the services in a very well manner. Try to take the samples in a very well manner so that we can found something and we can provide our output. We can prove ourselves through this bank branch audit that yes, we have the power to do the audit in a very well manner with 100% satisfaction, because we are doing it for public interest as well. If you have any query, any questions, then yes, chat box is here. And also we have created one WhatsApp group, or if you have any query during the bank branch audit, you can WhatsApp on this specific number so that I will definitely respond you during the bank branch audit season and after that as well. But yes, this is a very specific task for all of us. So we have to do it in a very well mechanism. And at the end, I request everyone, those who are there on YouTube and Zoom platform, whatever will be your feedback about this specific session on bank branch audit, a very small session, but whatever will be your feedback about this session, I just request everyone, please provide your feedback in the chat box. I request on YouTube, I request on Zoom as well. And once again, thank you all for joining the session, for joining with us for this specific session on bank branch audit. And now I'm requesting everyone for your valuable feedback. And for your any queries, I'm here. You can ask the queries with me. We'll provide you the guidance. Definitely not an issue. Thank you once again. Yes, this PDF will share. We'll share this PDF file. Okay, thank you everyone. So all the best for this bank branch audit 2025. Bye bye. Take care.